Hey everyone, so today I have a nice new set to show you. So I've already done all my prep work, so I've pushed back her cuticles, gone in with my cuticle e-file bit, etched all the nail plate, dehydrated and primed once. I always prime this client twice because she is a real hard grafter. She's a florist. Her nails take quite a beating and she does use them as tools and does not treat them like jewels. So I like to prime twice to make sure that they are as sturdy and as stuck as possible. So I'm going straight in with this beautiful colour from CJP and it is called Stone. It's a nice grey and I'm just building up the nail because this is a strength, but I'm not going to build my whole apex with this. I'm going to cap in clear to make my colour last a little bit longer, but I'm just not going to go in with any clear underneath. So I'm just turning my client's hand around to make sure that the almond stiletto-y kind of shape is in the centre and even from all angles. This particular client also has suffered with arthritis of her hands, and so her fingers tend to bend slightly off centre, so it's always a mission to get them looking nice and straight. But we do it and we manage it, and you know, she's amazing and she works super hard. So now I'm going in and just capping that nail and making sure I'm putting my apex in there, making sure the nail is nice and strong. And then I will move on to the next finger where I'm just making a few cuts in this nail form to fit her nail bed a little better, because as you can see her nail beds are quite flat and square. So if we don't do that, we can end up with really fat nails. So I'll just like to taper them forms slightly. And I'm going to build this whole nail with Snow White. So as this was the larger nail, I just went in with 2 bead method. So I've put my first bead on at that join from tip to natural nail, and then I'm going to build my shape and the length. Then when I'm looking at this, I will again turn her hand around to make sure that is central, and then I will go in with the second bead, which is the cuticle bead. I find CJP Snow White really amazing to work with. A lot of whites can be super sticky, but I don't find this sticky at all. As you can see, it's not sticking to my brush. It's nice and easy to mould. I think if you use it wet, that is when it is sticky. If you get that ratio bang on, it's not sticky at all. It's just a case of having to work with it a little bit drier and finding that perfect ratio. So then I will stroke that product out to make it all nice and even, and then I will go back and pinch the pinky. And then again, I am going to cap this white. Although it is a strength powder, I am going to go ahead and cap because, as I said, she is a florist. So not only do her hands take a beating, but they also end up green because of the job she does. So this way she can just easily go over this and clean it. When we have applied top coat, she can go ahead and just use, say, nail varnish remover to clean any stains off the nail, and the white won't, the discoloration won't set in with the white. So I'm moving on to the middle finger and I'm going to go and prime again, and then I'm just going in with Stone again and creating a whole nail. So I'm placing this bead at the cuticle area and I'm just pushing it into that cuticle area, using the tip of my brush to kind of act like a wall between the cuticle and the product. And then with the belly of the brush, I'm just going to pat and drag that product down to create my shape and length. So once I'm happy with that, I will go ahead and apply a clear bead, and it's not a massive bead. I'm just putting in my nice apex at the back there, as you can see, where I'm leaving the majority of that product, and then feathering the rest down towards the free edge. And this is going to make those nails nice and strong, and when I pinch them they will have a beautiful C curve, which also adds lots of strength. Then I'm going to move on to the index finger, and I'm going to go ahead, I've already primed again, I'm just going to build the first base, length and shape in crystal glass, because we're going to go ahead with and apply some glitter onto this nail, and we all know glitter is not strength, so we need that clear underneath to work on. So as always, I'm trying to keep my work as nice and neat and clean as I can with my brush, so that when we come to file, it is just kind of refining and perfecting the shape. So the glitter acrylic that I'm going to use is Angel Wings, and we used this yesterday, and it just made me fall in love again with how much I love this. And it's just the perfect base as well if you want to use kind of chunky glitters and you don't want to fill up the whole nail. It's stunning for that. Making sure I'm going back and pinching the previous nails as well. The perfect time to pinch is when the acrylic has started to go warm, which means the polymerization process has begun, and it shouldn't be like putty anymore, so it shouldn't get damaged when you put your pinching tool on. So just always fill the acrylic when it's warm. So I'm also going in with a raw glitter mix, and this is also from CJP, and I'm not sure if this is called Snow Queen or Magic Pot, but I will leave a link to that in the description box anyway for you. And then I also made the mistake of capping a little bit too soon. So as you can see, I've placed my bead, I've left the majority of that product at where I want my apex, pushing it into the cuticle area, getting that nice flush, and then with the body of my brush dragging and patting the rest of that product down towards the free edge. But what I did is I didn't leave that glitter to set long enough, so I ended up dragging the glitter off, and then it became a little bit of a fiddle. As you can see, it's coming off everywhere, being a right pain. So what I do to rectify that is just go and take another small bead of crystal glass, place it over that glitter, and then make my shape from there again, so that is fully encapsulated and I'm not just constantly battling with the glitter to get it into place. And then on the thumb I just did some stone and some glitter. So I've gone ahead and filed, shaped and buffed all of the nails, and now I'm going in with some Swarovski crystals. I'm using Kira Sky base to adhere the crystals today because I have run out of CJP gripper glue. I'm using CJP Crystal Ease to pick up the crystals, and I'm just going to create a nice crystal placement. So when I'm done with that, I'll make sure all the nails are nice and clean and free from any dust, and I'll go ahead and take CJP tack free top gloss and top coat all of the nails. So the nail that has the crystals on, what I will do is take the brush out of the pot of top coat. I will brush up to the crystals, take the excess of the brush and take this liner brush from CJP, and I'm just going to take some of that top coat and just go in between all them little cracks and crevices around those crystals. Because we've got quite a lot on here, we want to make sure that they stay in place and they don't move. So this is the reason that I'm doing that, is getting that top coat right in all of them cracks and crevices to make sure them crystals don't budge. When I'm happy with that, I will go ahead and top coat the rest of the nails as usual, and then I will cure that in my Sun 3 LED lamp for 60 seconds. When it comes out of the lamp, I will leave it to cool, and then I will apply my cuticle oil, which is from Tones, and it is their peach cuticle oil. I use this one all the time and I love it so much. It is my fave. And then I've left a little clip at the end for you to see the final result. I really hope you've enjoyed watching this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, and if you're not already subscribed to my channel, please do. I love you all, and I'll see you all again in my next one. Bye!